Hello Commanders, welcome back to another episode. Thank you for joining me. Today I want to go through the last couple of in-game menu options that we haven't covered yet. So we'll be looking at outfitting and the shipyard in a bit more detail. Right now we're heading on into Chango Dock. So I'm going to go ahead and turn flight assist off and hit boost to get to maximum speed, and I will meet you inside the station.
Shields. Eject.
Wow. Well, that escalated quickly, didn't it? I'm really not sure what happened there. It looked like maybe a bug, maybe some kind of communication error with the server. I think the server thought I'd face planted into or was located in the space station wall or something. My client clearly thought it was above the pad on the way into land. Yeah, very odd. Anyway, it's a beta, it's a bug, whatever, it's fine. So I'm going to load back in here. I think I'll be in Azaban City. So we will head back over to Chango Dock, and I will meet you back there because there are a couple of things that I want to show you in the outfitting and shipyard menu that won't be in Azaban City. I'll see you there.
Request granted.
So here we are, safely back this time in Chango Dock. Let's jump into the menus. We'll look quickly at the shipyard menu first, and we'll see what options we have available. We're going to have a couple of choices here if I remember rightly. Yeah, so we could buy a Viper for 94,109 credits. We could buy a Cobra Mark III, really want to try this out at some point. Obviously it's the ship from the original game, really looking forward to flying that someday. We could buy the Type 6 Transporter, or we could buy the Type 9 Heavy for 3.5 million credits. So yeah, this is a big jump to this one. We can't afford that yet. But these three we could get, and the process would be, for buying a ship, would be just to click on it, and then we would sell it here. It will say yes or no. Right now we've actually got cargo on board. I bought a piece of cargo over. So if we go into the commodities market, we can sell that cargo, which is down here somewhere. So let's sell that one piece of scrap. Exit back. Then we'd go into shipyards. And the other thing that's worth noting is you see the price of the Viper has changed now. It was 94,109 credits. That piece of scrap was worth 25 credits that we bought it for. So the value of the cargo on your ship as well as the equipment is offset against the cost of the new ship each time you purchase. And obviously, as you saw there, we couldn't sell it with cargo on anyway. So if we decided we did want to buy a Viper now, we'd click through and we'd get this menu instead. So buy Viper for 94,131 credits. We'd hit yes and away we'd go. We don't want to do that now just yet. We are going to look at a ship next episode, but right now we're going to go into the outfitting menu. So when you go into outfitting, it drops us down into the hangar. If it hasn't already done that. Oh, that's a bit strange. Normally it would drop us down to the hangar at this point. You can see here we're still inside the station. Let's just try that again, just see if it's worked. No, it hasn't. Okay. Well, for some reason the animation's not working. Normally it drops you into the hangar. You get this menu up here on the left hand side, and then we can move around. So if I hover over here, you can see this is the Class 2 hardpoint. So we've got a Class 2 pulse laser. It's loaned to us at the moment, so there's no value to this, and that's that one there. If we move through the menu, we're then looking at this one, and then we've got the utility mount on the rear of the ship. On the front of the ship we've got the bulkheads, the support tech, and the paint job if we had one. I haven't bought a paint job yet. I think I might do one day. They look pretty cool, the ones you can get on the website. Some of those are quite neat. But yeah, let's look at the options available. So into the Class 2 hardpoints here. We could sell this item if we wanted to. Again, we'd get asked to confirm. There's no value to it. The only thing we'd actually be doing here is reducing the amount of weight on the ship. If we sold this, we wouldn't get any credits back, obviously. And that is worth bearing in mind, that every piece of equipment has a weight associated with it, and you can see that when you purchase here. So let's say we purchase this Class 2 beam laser. It has a weight of 4 tons, and that affects things like our maximum hyperspace distance and stuff like that. So on the right hand side we've got all the things we could fit to this hard point, and you'll see Class 2 and Class 1 weapons in this list if I scroll through it, and then you'll see the ones at the bottom that aren't available. So we could get a Class 2 pulse laser, or we could get a Class 1 multi-cannon, and the reason this one's in here is because it's gimbaled, which means it will track the target. So you lose a little bit of there we go, there's the animation. This is what it's supposed to do at the start. So yeah, drops us into the hangar, and here we go, this is where we'd outfit the ship. So yeah, so we lose a little bit of power on the weapon basically in exchange for targeting, which can be handy. And then we could fit any number of well, 2 of the different things to to the hard points here. We could get the multi-cannon, the missile rack, beam laser, all kinds of stuff. If we don't want to do that, we would go back. So we hit back here. We can hit exit directly and go straight out to the main menu, but we don't want to do that right now. So like I said, if you look around the ship, you can change the view obviously as you go about. Let's go into the utility mount at the front of the ship, and you can see the kind of things we could buy here. And not everything, not every piece of equipment, or in the same way that cargo, not everything is going to be available in every station. It's the same for the equipment. Not every piece of equipment is going to be available in every station or location that you can buy stuff. It will change as you move around. So the 5 things we've got available here: we've got the heat sink launcher, the kill warrant scanner, the chaff launcher, the cargo scanner, and the point defense turret. And each of those play a different role, obviously. The heatsink launcher helps reduce your overall temperature on the ship. The cargo scanner, for example, obviously you can scan other ships' cargo and see what they're carrying. The point defense turret will shoot down missiles, and so on and so forth. If we go to the utility mount at the rear of the ship, you'll see again we could fit one of these there as well. Support tech and bulkheads. A little bit more self-explanatory for the bulkheads. We're literally upgrading the the armor plating, I guess, on the outside of the ship if there's any available. Right now we're running this lightweight alloy. There's none of the other ones available here, so we can't do anything with that. The support tech, though, I think there's a docking computer here if I remember rightly. Yeah, we could get a standard docking computer. I think there'll be different levels of docking computer that will do it more quickly or more safely or stuff like that, as the game kind of progresses. But right now we could get a standard docking computer. Let's go ahead and do that actually. So 4,500 credits for the value. We confirm that we want to buy that. With the balance gets taken off our credits here, which we can see. Transaction complete down there. And then if we go back to the Shipyard menu here, you'll see that the value of the Viper has adjusted again. So that equipment has been offset against the cost of the new Viper, which is again worth noting. So if we wanted to buy that now, we could do that. It would take us straight through and it would sell both the ship and that docking computer, and that makes a bit of sense, because you're not necessarily going to want to transfer equipment over. Let's say you're in a Viper right now, and maybe you're running around, sort of flying around, shooting ships down, playing a kind of bounty hunter type of role, and you want to jump into the Type 6 transporter. Well, that's kind of more cargo based. The hard points are going to be different. The cargo space will be different. So equipment won't transfer. I think that's about it actually for kind of outfitting and shipyard today. I can't think of anything else that I want to cover for those. Next time we are actually going to buy a new ship. I ordered a joystick a short while ago, and that has arrived now, which I'm really excited about. So I'm going to get that all hooked up, ready for the next episode. We'll fly back to Azaban City, and when we're over there we'll buy an Eagle, which is kind of the next ship up, I guess, step up from the Sidewinder. We get, I think, we get extra hard points, cargo space is similar, and we can do that. So we'll look at the Eagle next time. Thanks very much for joining me in this episode, Commanders. If you've enjoyed the episode, you've learned something, then please go ahead, hit the like button. It does share the episode and the video around. Whoa, that guy just got toasted. It really does help me out, and it lets me know that there's an audience out there watching things, and that does make a massive difference. Equally, if you've got any ideas or thoughts for future episodes or feedback, please leave those in the comments down below, and I will see you next time.